Hi everybody, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be all about the nose piercing. It will be about what to expect when you go get it done, how much it'll cost. I will also be covering some questions that are a common thing that people will have about them. So let's get started. First things first with the questions, does it hurt? Yes, it does hurt. It goes right through the cartilage in your nose. Yes, we're talking about this one and not like a septum piercing or anything. But yes, it does hurt. It was probably one of my most painful piercings. My nose, my belly button, and my helix piercing right up here. Just know that when you go get it done, it will hurt. Obviously, everybody's pain tolerance is going to be a little bit different. So, some person might say that it was the worst pain that they've ever felt in their life. And somebody else might say that it didn't bother them, didn't hurt. So, it's going to be different for everybody. For me, on a pain scale of 1 to 10, it was probably about a 3 to 3.5. So it wasn't like the worst pain that I've ever had, but it wasn't like a walk in the park. Another thing is, how much does it cost? It depends on where you go, what shop you go to, what state you live in. It's a lot of things. I've heard of some people paying like $10 for it. Other people might say they spent $60, $70 on it or more. I personally spent $40 on it. So I think the places around where I live is about $40 or so for it. They will, I don't know, it just depends on the jewelry, the shop, the person that you go to. It's just a lot of different factors. Another question people might have is, what side should I get it on? It all depends on what side that you think would look better on you. I got mine done on the left side, just because for me it would be a little bit more, it was more comfortable to have on that side. I personally like it better on the left side. Another question is, what type of jewelry should I get? Now this is one that you can talk to your piercer with. The person who did my piercing had given me the choice of a nose screw, which is the one that I have in now, or a hoop. Now, he had advised kind of against the hoop a little bit, only because there's so much movement in a hoop that it could cause friction, it could delay the healing process in it. I went with the nose screw. Now, if you're unsure of what a nose screw looks like, it's just like a little stud, and then at the end it kind of does a little curl, has kind of like a little leg on it. What that does is also help prevent the piercing to actually pop out. So you know that it's going to stay in there. And another question somebody might have is, can you feel it? Like, after the piercing's done and it's in, it's healed and everything, can you feel it? No, you can't. It's just like having an ear piercing. It's just there. You don't notice it. Can these get infected? Yes. They're just like any other piercing. You're getting a needle and jewelry put through your nose. Again, it depends on how well you're taking care of it. If you get it done and don't take care of it, you're putting yourself at a very high risk of getting an infection in it. So that's going to be another discussion on here on how to take care of it once it's done. So now we're going to talk about what to do to prepare yourself to get the piercing. First off, you are going to want to check out all the piercers in your area. You're going to want to find one that has good reviews. Talk to people around that you know, your friends and such. Talk to them and, try to get reviews on how well a place is. Don't be afraid to actually stop by every single shop. Talk with the piercer. Ask a lot of questions. make sure that they're certified, that everything's sterile and clean. Just ask a bunch of questions. Don't be afraid to ask them questions, because it is something that's going into your body. They will be more than happy to give you answers to each piercing. And, you're going to be nervous when you go in, which is normal. It's understandable. But, don't be afraid to just ask them questions to make yourself more comfortable. So when you go and find a place that you like, they should have paperwork for you to fill out. If you are under the legal age of getting it done by yourself, you're going to have to bring a parent in with you, and they will fill out the paperwork. It's just an agreement saying that, this is the piercing that I want, that it's okay for them to do that, and then they should bring you back to their area, and they will have you pick out the jewelry that you want, whereas mine is a little green gem on it. He had let me choose what color I wanted. Now, if it's a good professional piercer, they will have you pick out the color but not touch the jewelry in it, because those are, they don't want you to get germs in them and on them. And what they'll do is they'll put it off to the side, and they should have gloves on, like latex gloves or whatever, and they should sterilize the jewelry in front of you, and they should open the clamps, if they use clamps, which my piercer didn't on this piercing. Open up the needle in front of you, make sure that it's a hollow needle and not a gun. A professional will not use a gun, because that just causes a lot more problems, it hurts more, and it's just not what a professional will use. They should sterilize everything, and then what he or she will do is mark the spot of where you want the piercing to be, and then they'll show you and say, is this a good spot for it? Make sure also that it's going to be in a spot that you like. Don't be afraid if they mark it and you don't like the spot to change it until you get to a spot that you like. Don't just, that looks fine, and get it done, and then later, I don't like that spot. Make sure that it's in a good spot that you like. Make sure that it's one that you're happy with. And, they don't mind as long as you are going to be a happy customer with it. So next, once all is said and done, you get it in the right spot, they will have you close your eyes, and then they will have you take a deep breath in, and then when you blow out the breath, they'll let you know, and they will push the needle through. And if you have a corkscrew, nose screw, however you want to say it, like I do, they'll have little pliers, and they will just push it right in through your nose, and then they'll just clean you up. There will be some blood, a little bit of blood. Now, that depends on different people. I've seen some people walk away with not having it bleed. Other people have it bleed profusely. So just as a warning there, that there's possible blood that could happen. So once they clean you up, they will allow you to look in a mirror and see how you like it. And then that should be your whole piercing experience with that. They might send you home with some kind of spray cleaner or something. I didn't. But some good things to use as a cleaner afterwards. Now, this is very important. Use sea salt solutions, which you could get the spray bottle H2 Ocean, which comes in a blue bottle. Unfortunately, I don't have one here to show you. But it's H2 Ocean. It's like H2O, but with ocean on the end. That is a sea salt solution spray. You can get it in a spray or a soap. You just spray it on there and then wipe with like a Q-tip. For if you don't have the money to buy H2 Ocean, you can use, what I use is Morton's Sea Salt make sure that it's non-iodized sea salt. Do not use table salt or anything like that that's iodized, because that will irritate your piercing. It can dry it out. So make sure that you use non-iodized sea salt. Now what you do is you take the hottest water that you can. You want to fill 1 cup of hot water and mix in 1/4 teaspoon into that, and you make sure that it's all mixed, and you just go around the piercing on the outside, right around here. Sorry, it's kind of bottom's coming out. And then you're going to go up the nose and clean around on the inside, and you want to do that about 2 times a day. And what I personally did is I've got antibacterial soap. Make sure if you're going to use antibacterial soap that it does not have any dyes or scents or any of those little beads or anything in them. Make sure that it's just plain antibacterial soap. Doesn't matter the brand. I personally use Dial. I use that in the morning in the shower, and then sea salt in the afternoon or before I go to bed. I did that for probably 2 months. It's been, for me, I've had mine done since May 30th, 2014, so this year. Mine is fully healed. I just have not changed it yet because I don't have new jewelry to put in. But mine is fully healed. I can, as you can see, I can push it out, push it back in, I can play with it. Mine did not get infected, but for at least for the time being, for when it heals, you want to make sure that your hands are clean. So wash your hands with antibacterial soap, and then you can move on to the cleaning so that you can touch. But you also want to make sure that you're not touching it or playing with it in between cleanings. That will increase the infections, your chance for infections, and can also stop, or not stop, but slow down the healing process of it. That goes for any piercing, but because this is cartilage, it will take a little bit longer than, say, an ear piercing. But, you know, those are kind of the basic things for a nose piercing, what to expect and everything else. If you have any other questions or anything else that you would like to know, leave a comment, like this video, subscribe, share, and I hope to see you guys soon, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!